Hi everyone, I'm Brenna Ehrlich from Mashable.com, and I'm here with Coyne from the Flaming Lips to talk a little bit about what he's working on this year in the realm of social media and the internet and music.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're working on kind of an interesting album project this year.
Well, we've done, I don't know how many albums we've done. I think we've done 14 or 15. We've done a lot. We've been around since 1983, so it's a lot of records. But I started to think I would rather do something that's more spontaneous, where we're kind of recording it, and then if we can, within a couple of weeks of making it, it's out there in the world. So I announced that we were going to do this, and we would put out perhaps a song a month. And so someone suggested, why don't you do something for Valentine's Day? So we released this song, which may or may not be appropriate for Valentine's Day, but it's called Two Blobs F***ing. That's a great thing to say to the world. It's music, but it's embedded in a video. So you have all this, you have these 12 tracks that you can go to, and you download them onto your iPhone. Most people have some version of the iPhone, right? And, you stand there with everybody, and there's up to 12 tracks. A lot of times I think people are doing like 5 or 6, and everybody would download their own track, and it has a little starting point where you pause it and rewind it, and you start it again. And they all sort of play. Now, it's a strange experience, not for everybody, but a lot of fans of the Flaming Lips are, they're musicians and artists and people who record music themselves. And so, or they're just weirdos who like a new experience. And so, for our fan base, I think this is another bonus to this kind of digital world now where you're not really going to a store anymore. You're not really, you're just going to some place on your phone, and your phone is actually playing the music as well. It's all just right there.
And this is like a new iteration of something you've done in the past, though, correct?
Well, it is. We started, like I said, we've done music for a long time, and so, as these, new ways of putting music out in the world come around, it kind of gets your mind thinking, what could you do? And so we, back in 1996, me and Steven, the other composer in the band, we started to think of these different sound sources. And this sounds absurd, but this is how we arrived at it. We have, I don't know why we had so many CD players around, but we had, I think, five or six different CD players that some were, these portable kinds, some were embedded in stereos or whatever. And we would have a lot of CD singles. I remember there was a CD single by the Beastie Boys, and there was one by Bjork. And there was a lot of versions of the same song. And so I think we had 4 versions of this Bjork song, and we literally were sitting at his house and said, I wonder what would happen if we played them all at the same time. Well, he put them all in, and I remember, and Steven's good at this, he ran 3. He did one with one hand, one with the other, and one with his foot, and I clumsily just pressed the button on one. And strangely enough, you would think that maybe these CDs wouldn't even all start at the same time. Well, they did. And this Bjork CD played, and even though we knew the song, it really played in this sort of tumultuous, big sound, because it was all around us, and these sort of unknown pieces of the arrangement jumping out from different sections. And back in the day, it would be hard for people to collect 12 CD players, but it's very easy to be around 12 people that have iPhones all the time.
So you brought in phones and YouTube for your first song.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to use technology for your second one? Can we get a sneak peek of what you guys are planning?
Well, we don't really know. As you start doing something like this, you see there's a lot of time that things have to be made, and so we're trying to introduce this idea that we have objects that carry our music. So it isn't always just somewhere on your computer. With that in mind, we've made this 7-pound life-size gummy bear skull that has a gummy bear brain embedded in it as well, and you can see it on my phone there. Well, inside the brain is a USB flash drive that is going to carry the next 3 songs that we release
That's
in
awesome.
April.
What role do you see the internet and technology playing in music? Do you think it's making it easier or harder to get your music out there?
There's the side of it from the music industry that is that's despairing, because I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I believe it's just the way that people perceive it now, that music is just out there. And this idea that you can get music and just download it and have it and not pay for it it's here. And we've benefited from this idea that if you don't have very much money but you still want to hear our music, we would, rightly or wrongly, encourage people just to download it and have it. And so I think for our music, and for our fans, I think this has been a great benefit to us, because I think we feel like if you hear our music and understand us a little bit more, you'll really love what we do. And that means you may buy our records, you buy our t-shirts, or come to our concerts. And so, it's one avenue is taken away, but it opens up other ones.
Well, thank you so much, Wayne, for,
Of course,
for joining
yeah,
us.
of course, yeah.
And
all right.
for Mashable.com,
Well,
this is
thank
Brenna
you.
Ehrlich
All
and
right.
Wayne Coyne.
All right, yeah. All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
All right, bye.